I've noticed a few people are making this mistake when they're editing. They're editing and they're not editing for the right person. Who do you edit for? The viewer. Let me show you how. Now the first thing you need to adjust when you're going to edit is your screen. Some people have very wide screens and different types of screens. Look at the screen I have and I'll show you how I adjust that one. Now the first thing you should know is that this screen is really wide and tall. I have a great screen. It is 3440 by 1440. It's an Alienware. It's really cool, but this is not how you want to record. If you record like that, what'll happen is your person who's watching your video will see this. And it's really hard to see, and it's really small, and it's a lot of wasted space. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set to what most people will be watching, 1920 by 1080. Although I'm doing this screen stuff, it ends up being doubled and it looks fine. So I pick 1920 by 1080. I say 1920 by 1080. It depends on how you edit and render your videos. I edit and render in 4K. Some people edit in 1920 by 1080. So set the size to whatever is appropriate for you. It's still a little bit bigger. I'm going to knock down the scale a bit, maybe to right out there. That looks good. Now what happens is it fits in the screen. So when I'm showing the video and people are watching it on their screen, it looks normal and they can follow along. Now the fact of the matter is the thing is still much too small for people to follow what you're doing. If you're coming down here and you're saying, okay, you're going to do this thing and you're going to select this, you're going to do this, what you want to do is drag this thing, it's really hard for them to see, and you want to be able to show them what you're doing. Now you may not think so, but it depends on what the viewer, again, we're talking about the viewer. The viewer may be watching this on a phone or a small iPad or a small device like this. They may be watching it on a giant TV. You don't know, which is the whole point. So you need to make sure that you look at this thing through the eyeballs of someone who's going to watch it on, say, something small, a small screen or something like that. They won't be able to see it if you don't do something with it. The way you do that is when you're recording is you zoom the thing up. I usually zoom it up by about 200%, 300%. It just depends what I'm doing. Let me show you. Let's say I'm talking about the footage. This is where you drag footage. This is how this works. You can roll it up, you can roll it down, just as an example. Now, it's really hard to see. So you zoom it up so the person, the viewer, is able to see what you're talking about. It's quite easy. You just zoom it up and you move it around to where it looks right, and then you zoom back to 100%. What I do is I keep a footage area with my footage over here. Now I jump over to there and I zoom it up, and in this footage area, this is where I put my footage and stuff like that I'm working on this time. And then when I'm done saying that, then I zoom it back down. Let's look at it one more time. When I play it, it goes along and abruptly jumps up to this. That's percentage up. And then it abruptly jumps back down. A nice easy zoom makes it easy on the viewer's eyes. They don't see this abrupt thing like, whoa! You zoom it up and you zoom it down. It's different on how you zoom. Here's how I zoom, and I'll show you the differences that some other people do. What I would like to do is have a nice smooth transition from where it is down. I zoom it up, then I zoom it back down. Instead of it being fast, a nice easy zoom. Let me show you what I do there. Now this right here is at 100% scale. When I go to this, it's at 250% scale. So now we set it to, it's at 250%, so put a keyframe there. We also put one in the position. I'll show you why. Now again, notice I did the scale on the position and on the size. That's because when it's sitting here like this, and you zoom it up like this, you're going to have to zoom it up big, and you're going to have to zoom it to its position someplace, because when you zoom it up, it's just going to be like, So you have to move it back and forth. So make sure you do both the position and the size. Set a keyframe on the position and the size, then go and set it. I'll show you how that works. We're going to go back 5 frames again. We're going to return this, its original location, its original size. So then we'll get this. Boop. Notice that? Zooms up, but it has a nice little Whoop. What we want to do is we want to do the same thing to the end. Let's go back there, come back. We make sure we set it to what it's currently there. We just put a keyframe there, keyframe there, keyframe there. Go to the end. We reset back to its original position. Zoop. Zoop. Like that. Pretty cool, huh? So here's what it looks like. Zooms up. Talk about it. Zooms back down. Zoom. And I don't want to forget this. It's at 100% scale. Now, later on, when you get it into the editor, you may think, oh my gosh, it's a little bit too small or something's in there and I need to up it to 110% or something. Before you edit anything and you have all that footage in your timeline, turn it all to that 110% you want first, then go and start chopping it up. Otherwise, later on, you're going to come back and you're going to have to update each one of these to your 110%, and it'll just drive you crazy. Now that applies to any place. You're zooming up there, or you're zooming down to the timeline, or you're zooming down over to where things being showed, or any part of your screen whatsoever. You can zoom over to the place and set it to 200, 300, whatever percent, position it. And once you get it, then zoom it up, zoom it back. And the person who's watching this will really appreciate that you zoom things up and that what you're explaining, they can actually see with their eyes. And there we go, very short on how to zoom and how you should zoom and zoom things up for your YouTube videos. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. When you're filming, make sure you drink prettier water. I'm kind of particular about mine. I use this Fiji stuff. As a joke, I'll probably try and put a link in the description below. Make sure you drink plenty of water, because what happens is you get dried out going blah, 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 blah. So drink plenty of water, but not too much, because you drink too much water, what will happen is your body will get big like this and then it'll explode and you'll have body parts all over the place.